Challah is a beautiful Jewish bread featuring a signature braid presentation. The dough itself is smooth and flexible, making it easy to shape and work with. The final result has a deep gold color, is shiny, and has a wonderfully light texture. To start off, add the ingredients into the mixer bowl. Once everything is in the mixer bowl, turn the mixer on to a slow speed and mix for 4 minutes before switching to a high speed for an additional 4 minutes. You may need to reposition the ingredients a little bit as it gets a little dry on the bottom. Turn the dough over. You'll start to see dry ingredients at the bottom. Then reposition the hook. Back in the machine. The dough may appear slightly stiff at this point, but it will loosen up overnight as it sits in the refrigerator. Just round it, put it in your bowl. Once the dough is formed, cover the bowl with plastic wrap and allow it to rest in the refrigerator overnight. After allowing the hollowed dough to rest overnight, remove the dough from the bowl and cut it into 10 100-gram pieces. The dough will have inflated in the bowl, but it'll deflate as you pull it out of the bowl. Not to worry. Scrape up all your dough. And then I like to cut it into logs to make it easy. You can use the remaining dough for another shape. Take each of the balls and round it and allow them to rest. With all the pieces portioned, roll them into 12-inch long cylinders and let them rest covered for 5 minutes, allowing time for the gluten to relax. Bring it towards you, press with the fingers, press, and start rolling with open fingers. So I'm stretching these out in sort of a shorter length just to get them started. And then once the gluten relaxes, then we can go ahead and stretch them to their full length. So what you're doing is you're kind of flattening it out a little bit. You're going to roll it over with fingertips, press in, pull it towards you again, more fingertips, and then just roll with open fingers to stretch the dough out. Once they've rested, they can then continue to be stretched into 16-inch cylinders. At this point, the dough is ready to be formed into the signature braid. Start by anchoring down the ends to a point and fan out the separate strands. Number the strands from left to right and follow the numbering sequence for whichever braid technique is being utilized. Joining these all together at the end, and I'm going to organize my strands as best I can. Really keep them separate at this point. The braid begins by moving 1 over 3 and then reorganize it up here. This is a really critical point too. You want this end piece to be a little tighter. You can relax as you bring in the braid, but 1 over 3, 2 over 3, and then 5 over 2. The numbers change places as you make your braid. And again, always be thinking about the organization at the end here. This end can be tucked underneath, which I'll do at the end. I'll show you. So let's do that sequence again. We'll do 1 over 3. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 over 3, 2 over 3, 5 over 2. 1 over 3, 2 over 3, 5 over 2. And it looks like you're going to run out of space, but they will actually, you'll get a little stretch just to make it a little tighter, but you're going to end up braiding very, very small pieces at the end. 1 over 3, 2 over 3, 5 over 2. And at the end, you're just going to join it all together until you can make it kind of flat here. You can make it kind of flat here as well. And then just tuck this little piece underneath there, and then tuck this little piece under here. What you might want to do too, is your braid's all formed, is just to kind of give it a little roll, just to kind of give it a little more cylindrical shape, and then put it on your pan. Get ready for egg wash. After the loaf is braided, place it onto a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. And then before baking, gently egg wash the loaf and allow it to rise again, covered until it's doubled in volume. The rise time will vary depending on how warm the space is, but it will generally be about 45 minutes to an hour. After the dough is doubled, preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Once again, evenly brush the loaf with the egg wash to ensure it has a wonderfully brown top. Bake the bread until it is a deep golden brown, about 30 minutes. After the challah is done baking, remove it from the oven and let it cool on a rack. When the challah is sliced, the bread should have a soft crumb and a crunchy crust. Other uses of this bread include using it to make French toast and bread pudding. Challah bread has an elegance factor that sets it above other breads in terms of presentation. Not only is it eye-catching, but the soft interior and slightly sweet taste make it a big, crowd-pleasing bread.